Okay. I think we're all set. All systems go, baby. Let's see.
Yep, all systems go. Take it away.
Take it away. Where do you want me to take it to? Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I am your case handler. My name is Adam Handler. We are Pollack, Isaac, and Seco. This is the election day edition of Cruising with the Case Handler, and I'm trying to figure out as to whether or not my virtual background is in fact mirrored or unmirrored. So let's take a poll. 93.5 FM listeners, good morning to you. Facebook viewers, followers, subscribers, good morning to you. We are here to provide you with legal solutions to your legal problems, legal answers to your legal questions, and we're here to do it for 100% free of charge. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We don't charge for phone consultations. If you need our help, you will have our help, and we are glad to give you our help. All you got to do is call our phone number, 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Pollack, Isaac, DeSico is a full-service law firm here in Manhattan. I am the head partner of the personal injury department. We also have immigration, criminal defense, real estate, matrimonial. Like I said, full service law firm. You got a legal question, we got a legal answer, but all you got to do is save that number, 844-774-3529, 844-774-3529. With me, as always, is the man with the plan, the man that's been doing this since 1996, you know, feeding to the community all that they need, all that they want, and doing it in a way that just shows that he truly cares about his people, his community, his friends, and his family. David Annakie. I got Nelson, the Maverick Madrid, who's taking a call right now. I got Conrad Pollack, who just signed on to the show. Good morning, Conrad. We call him the Maestro. Lots to talk about today. The buildup is here. We are ready to talk about, you know, tonight by dawn. There you go, 2020. We are here to talk about what could happen tomorrow. We're here to talk about some personal injury settlements we've done. We're here to talk about how we can help you on the immigration front. Obviously, if you want to vote today and you're not a citizen, it's too late. But if you are eligible for citizenship, you can almost guarantee yourself a voice in the next election or the upcoming elections for even smaller seats of government, and how to change your life and your family's life, literally, for generations to come. Again, my name is Adam Handler. I'm your case handler. We are PPID. And Squeeze, are you down with the PPID?
Come on, you know me. I'm down with PPID. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, as Adam noted, welcome to Cruising with a Case Handler, a show on personal injury and immigration. Let's not apologize in advance, but you will be hearing a lot of talk about politics today. Why? Because it's election day. And it's very, very big in respect to what it is that we normally talk about each and every single day. Because we're in the United States of America, and we do need a wonderful, wonderful, phenomenal president, of which we currently don't have. So hopefully you have voted. Hopefully you will be voting. Today is election day. I appeal, I implore, I would like for you all to go out and vote Biden, all right? I love Conrad's shirt today. Conrad happens to be the managing partner of the firm Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico. And his shirt says, BYEDON, by Don. Very interesting how people can come up with these things. But anyway, let's jump right into it. All right. Adam, is your background fixed?
It's not. But we're going to go old school with the red, white, and blue.
Yours is good.
Because that's the old one. We have our special case handler voting background, which it's not. It's just.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Well, if you get a little hand mirror, then you can read it, right?
Yeah. I'm trying everything I can. If you're watching the show upside down, you'll like the background. If not,
but on Facebook I'm not seeing it properly, but on the screen I'm seeing. I don't know what's going on, guys.
Yeah, whatever it is. Listen, the message. I don't. You know, we're not about
the technical side,
appearances. We're about substance, right? You know, we were about appearances, God knows we wouldn't let Nelson see any clients. But it's about substance. It's about substance. It's about what you can provide. It's what you bring to the table. And again, we are attorneys that really do things much differently. You're not going to walk out of our office unless you feel completely satisfied with the way that your information has been given to you, because we understand that you got one chance to get this stuff right, really. And we strive for greatness. We've been doing this the firm's been doing it for 60 years. I've been doing it for almost 2 decades. And it's not by accident, ladies and gentlemen, that we are considered to be the most celebrated law firm on this station. It's not by accident, ladies and gentlemen, that your boy, the case handler, is the most recognized and celebrated personal injury attorney in the Caribbean community. It's just, Squeeze, dare I say facts?
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah. Facts. Facts.
All right.
You gotta say it like that. You gotta say facts. All right. Facts. All right. So let's jump right into it. As noted, today's a very special day. And yeah, we are going to be doing some immigration questions. We are also going to be talking about personal injury with true success stories. But I wanted to jump it off, in just touching base on whether or not Nelson, Adam, or Conrad want to say anything about today's election before we jump right into it. We'll get that out.
I think you should mention about the public charge rule that just happened yesterday.
Let's talk about the public charge rule. Where do we stand with it? What's going on with it? What will happen if and not?
Let's start with what is the public charge rule? I can answer it. I'm not even an immigration attorney. I'll let you guys do it.
Yeah, Nelson, Conrad, what is the public charge rule? Nelson, come on. You know it. You deal with it a lot.
The public charge rule. So basically, sometime this year, USCIS was requiring a new application be completed and filed with anyone seeking adjustment of status. It was a 19-page application called the Declaration of Self-Sufficiency, USCIS Form I-944. And it was a long and difficult form to complete. There was a lot of supporting documentation that was required, such as tax transcripts, credit reports, credit card statements, monthly bills, your highest level of education, bank statements. It was a lot. And basically the purpose of doing this, this has always been in existence, but it became part of the process again this year. And the purpose of doing this was basically to weed out or filter those people that were likely to become a public charge. Public charge meaning that they would be dependent on the federal government for benefits, such as Medicaid, food stamps, Section 8.
Nelson, you're leaving out an important point there. This has been the law basically forever. As long as we've had an immigration law in this country, there's been a public charge rule. Basically, if you want on welfare or food stamps, that would affect you negatively in terms of applying for a green card to stay here permanently. And with good reason. I mean, if you're coming to the United States, you should be self-sufficient, be able to support yourself, support your family. I mean, that goes without saying. Nobody's disputing that. What this administration saw fit to do was to take that rule and, as with everything else, stretch it, 1,000 miles beyond what it was meant to be. And basically, instead of using it as was intended to ensure that that the people that came here would be self-sufficient, instead they just went way beyond the intent of what the law was meant to be, and basically use it as a sledgehammer to disqualify people from applying and getting their green cards. So yeah, welfare might have been an issue in the past, or food stamps. Now you could be living in federal housing in a Mitchell Lama apartment, and that could disqualify you from getting your green card. And I'm not exaggerating. Credit reports, if your credit is not sufficient, they could use that to disqualify you from getting a green card. This is just one of the myriad ways in which this administration has tried to discourage immigrants from coming to the country, and for those already here, from discouraging them from applying for the green card, or allowing them to have a manner by which they could stay here. That's what it is. And the good news is, I mean, this has been a political football since it happened. And you know, the government put it into effect, and then there were lawsuits stopping it, and then there were lawsuits allowing it again. Well, the latest happened yesterday. A federal judge in Chicago basically reviewed the law and threw out the entire thing. Basically said the administration violated their own rules in creating it, didn't follow their own rules and putting it together and administering it, and basically tossed the entire section of the law out in the entire country, by the way. You know, there are previous cases which barred it in certain states and didn't and allowed it in other states, and this one threw it out for the entire country. So that's a little bit of good news that happened this week. And in fact, one of the reasons I didn't know you guys were coming on early this morning. Did you deliberately try to squeeze me out of the show because I talked to
you were on the text message, brother.
I figured. I mean, you can't say I talk too much. It's Adam, the one who's always crowding the airwaves here. So you can't get a word in. You know, it's not me. But the reason I'm late, I was watching. You know, I like in the mornings as I'm getting ready to go to work. I like to watch the different news shows, and I watch CNN and I watch MSNBC, and I put on Fox News, and I just had a feeling that, of course, you turn on Fox News and they've got the president on. You know, and he's on, and he's on, and he's on. I swear to God, I'm watching it for a half hour. And you can see they're trying to get him off the phone. They can't. They're asking him questions, and he's not even answering their questions. He's just talking and talking and saying the same nonsense that he always says at his rallies in the same line. It's like, and I'm sitting there and I'm laughing, and you can see these guys, Kilmeade or these other, the three, I forget what the show is on Fox anymore. Fox, what's it, Fox and Friends?
Fox and Friends, yeah.
Yeah. And you see Mr. President, and he just keeps talking about Mr. President. It's like he just keeps going on and on.
Here's the deal. And, you know, millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of people love this man. They do. They love this man. And the thing that concerns me the most is tomorrow. You know, they're already prepping for you know, protests and possibly violence. It's one way or another.
Well, I was going to say about along those lines. You know, he's been tweeting, and he said it again on the show this morning that, you know, Pennsylvania is a battleground. He thinks Pennsylvania, if he loses Pennsylvania, he's done. That's a fact. So he's been railing about a Supreme Court decision that just came down saying that in Pennsylvania, if you mailed in your election, it's postmarked by today, they've got 3 days to count it. Yeah, which is not new. This has been the law in Pennsylvania for years. It's also the law in several states.
Yeah. But, and they actually say Pennsylvania is excellent with their ballot counting.
Well, anyway,
Georgia too.
I was watching CNN because they had the Attorney General, the state Attorney General from PA, who happens to be a Democrat and who was also very anti-Trump. And he was basically stating the fact. Trump and the administration, they have gone to court in Pennsylvania 6 times in the last month to try to cut down the vote, to try to suppress the vote, because he knows if they count all the votes in Pennsylvania, he loses. Right? It's by dawn. So they've been trying and trying. And this is what he said now. You know, well, it was a terrible law that the Supreme Court came down with, allowing them to continue what they've been doing for years, and that there could be violence. And, you know, and it's like, here's the president saying it's a dangerous law that they just confirmed, and that it's going to basically lead to violence. That's basically what he was saying. And the Attorney General was basically shooting the president down. It was nice to see that this guy is just trying to suppress the vote, and that's all it is. And he lost 6 times. Lost.
You know, there's an FCC rule that you should never ever say anything on any kind of broadcast, you know, in reference to potentially inciting violence. It's literally breaking the law. And I'm surprised that not being.
Unless you're the president.
Yeah, unless you're the president. You know, it's unbelievable. I don't know if you noticed, Adam, we have a record number of people watching us, and it's climbing, you know. So I want to say thanks to all the people on Facebook who's watching us today with the wrong background flipped the other way. All right, we do appreciate you. All right, we're just trying to get it together here with our team. But this show.
Before we logged on this morning, I had my neighbor walking outside, and I hear him start screaming, and he was looking down at the street, and he's like cursing. I'm like, what's going on? He goes, I just stepped in a huge pile of dog poop, right? This guy's freaking out. This is like 10 minutes ago. I go, your day is about to get much worse, brother.
Oh, that guy.
He's a Trump guy, and I'm like, this is the easy part of your day.
Let's hope. It ain't over yet. It ain't over till it's over. All right, let's hope.
It's far from over, and that's the joke. It is far from over, and anybody thinks that they know what's going to happen, should play the lottery today, because you just never know.
I feel like this is a big prize fight. Like Mayweather versus Pacquiao, that everybody's going to tune in and see what happens.
It's the Celebrity Apprentice. Yeah. Who's going to be? Remember, you're fired. You're fired.
Mayweather versus Pacquiao. Come on, I'm thinking, Ali Frazier.
Ali Frazier. Yeah.
The first Ali Frazier fight, which back then.
The Rumble in the Jungle.
Well, that was before my time, Conrad. I'm sorry, but
the first Ali Frazier fight was in March of 1970 or 71, and it wasn't on television. Boxing, heavyweight boxing especially, was huge in those days. You guys you're too young to have appreciated that.
No, I grew up as I was a Tyson guy.
But there was no. This is long before Tyson.
No, I actually, Conrad.
Great boxing.
They used to give boxing on regular TV, on ABC TV with Howard Cosell.
Saturday afternoon, Wild World of Sport, right?
Yeah.
In fact, Ali used to fight on Saturday. You'd see him. Ken Norton broke his jaw on Wild World of Sports on Saturday. I was a big boxing fan. I was a big.
What show we're on right now?
And in fact, come on, Squeeze. You mentioned Lennox Lewis yesterday being down in Jamaica. You hanging with him?
Yeah.
Lennox Lewis. I hate to say it, but unfortunately, he was basically at the tail end of heavyweight boxing's heyday.
Him and Holyfield.
Not been the same since then.
Right.
And Tyson was really the harbinger of the end of heavyweight boxing. But back in the day, in the 70s, the 60s was before me. But getting back to the point here, I remember the first Ali Frazier fight, and I was a huge Ali fan. He had been stripped of his title back then because, let's not get into that. But he was fighting. Joe Frazier had assumed the heavyweight crown because Ali lost it, and they had this big battle, and they did not like each other, and it was not on television. I remember, and it was at the Garden, Madison Square Garden, New York City, and I was a kid, and I remember waking up that morning. I got up early that morning because I it wasn't on TV. I got up early that morning to see who won the fight. There was no internet. There was no TV, showing the fight. And Ali lost in 15. It was a 15-round decision, and I was devastated.
Hey,
I'm hoping
it won't be the same thing.
That is not the case tomorrow morning.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we are attorneys. How are you? We are lawyers.
I was just about to say,
we are a kick-ass law firm. You want to hear about us?
Yeah.
Squeeze, talk about PPID.
Tell
everybody out there.
I'll tell you what, you rev up a true success story, and then we'll get back to Conrad talking about to immigration. All right. Anyway,
you got to make me co-host while you warm it up.
Absolutely. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, today's a big day. So you will hear us going off on tangent for a bit because of everything that's happening today. I don't even have my fingers crossed because I already know what's going to happen. I already know that Biden will take it. Of course, if you go out and vote, that's exactly what's going to happen. So we're asking you, go out and vote, all right? Please, if you haven't done so, find some time. Tell your boss you need some time, all right? But with that said, I need for you to actually, share what it is that you're watching. I've got all three attorneys here with me on this broadcast. And of course, they're ready, willing, and able to answer your questions on personal injury and obviously on U.S. immigration law. So, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you share. And don't forget, the number for the law firm is 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529, 844-PPID-LAW. And of course, with offices here in New York City, also, of course, Peekskill in Brooklyn, hey, you're close to them. Make sure you reach out, right? Prior results do not guarantee similar outcome, but of course, we're here today. And Conrad is showing off his shirt today. It says, Byedon, Byedon. Interesting, very interesting, all right?
You know, it could be one of those shirts. It's either you wear it proudly, or it's like when the Buffalo Bills Super Bowl champion shirts. You know, they would hand them out to like third world countries that making donations so children have clothing.
Actually, a friend of mine who's we have similar political viewpoints. He handed it out to a bunch of guys, including me. So, and we're all wearing it today. So,
excellent.
Yeah, I like that shit, man. I wish I had one of those.
We'll send you one tomorrow.
Go up to the pole with that shirt on.
And the fact is, I mean, we're all laughing about it and having fun here, and but the point is, this is deadly serious. For people listening out there that are immigrants, that have friends or relatives or neighbors that are immigrants, this is deadly serious, because this election will decide a lot of those people's futures. If you look at the difference in immigration policies between the two candidates, between Trump and Biden, there couldn't be a more stark difference between the two. Trump is as anti-immigrant as a president as we've ever had, certainly in these last 2 centuries. Going back before 1900, he's by far the most anti-immigrant president that we've had in quite some time. Whereas Biden is pro-immigrant. He recognizes the contributions that immigrants make and have made to society, to the United States, making the United States, basically, in my opinion, the country that it is. I would encourage anyone who doesn't know the difference or isn't aware of what Biden's policies are on immigration, Google immigration, Joe Biden's immigration platform, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Bottom line, Biden wants to bring the immigration system back to some semblance of normalcy. Trump has just tried to blow it up. And if he gets another election, if he gets reelected, he's going to he's already blown up a lot of it. He'll be completing the job. Biden will bring a lot of normalcy back to the system, allow people that deserve to live here, that deserve to get their green cards, that deserve to get their work visas. They'll be allowed to get them, and they won't live in fear, and they won't live in with the feelings of uncertainty that have surrounded this administration's policies for the last 4 years. That in particular, every week, Nelson, you back me up here. Every week it's something new. Every day there's something new here. I mean, Biden gets in, that's going to stop. You're not going to hear new immigration policies restricting immigrants in one way or another every other day, as we've heard over the last 3-4 years. Nelson?
I mean, I think, again, as you said earlier during the show, just the fact that the public charge rule is now out the window. How often have we spoken about that? It's good, it's not good, it's good, it's not good, it's not good. I think we need some sort of stability, some sort of, calmness. Like, I'm a little tired of waking up in the morning and, hearing what our, great president has tweeted at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm tired. I think it's enough.
I'm tired of watching a specific news network that I always watch constantly. And the only topic on that one news network is about the current president.
And how fabulous he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny. Obama gave a speech the other day, and, just hearing him speak and remembering, it feels so long ago, but he made a good point. And he said, do you imagine what that news network would have done or would have said if they found out that I had a bank account in China? And that's the reality. I mean, they'd still be talking about it.
They didn't even think he was born in this country.
Yeah.
Born in China. Or how about if he had, made overtures to talk to the leader of North Korea? Can you imagine if it was Obama who had reached out to that guy? Can you imagine? Actually, it was going back to what I was talking about earlier with watching or listening to Trump going off on Fox and Friends this morning. They asked him a question about Obama. They said Obama said. I forget exactly what Obama was criticizing Trump for, and they were asking for Trump to respond, and he just went on and on and on, and he didn't respond. He didn't even respond to what the question was. All he said, the point that he was trying to make was that, oh yeah, Obama, he didn't even have anybody there. There was nobody there to hear him. as if that's all that matters. Look at my crowd size. I had 40,000 people at my rally, and Trump and Biden, there's nobody there. That's all he cares about, crowd size. You know, says he's not ready for prime time. I mean, that was his point. That's all that mattered. He didn't address the gist of the question or what Obama was criticizing about him. All he talked about was the crowd size, his big crowds and Obama's small crowds.
And his fantastic health insurance plan that's coming out in 2 weeks. It's around the corner.
Right.
It's around the corner. It's coming before the election. It's coming in the next week, 2 weeks.
That's terrific.
Let's give out the phone number, guys. And then we're going to give it over to Adam Handler, who's extremely busy over there. All right. So right now, the phone number for the law firm Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico is 844-774-3529. I know you're listening to us, you know, going off topic or maybe on topic a little bit, but I want to say this to everyone that's watching us, listening to us. The firm, PPID, ladies and gentlemen, is extending to you free phone consultations. All you need to do is call them right now and schedule a phone consultation with one of the attorneys on immigration or even personal injury. And that number happens to be 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Make the connection with this full service law firm, 844-774-3529. We just spoke on Trump. We just spoke on immigration. Let's flip it over to, of course, the case handler himself, find out if he has a true success story of an accident case that he actually handled for a client. Adam Handler?
Absolutely. And today is Nelson's favorite day of the week, Tuesday, Testimonial Tuesday. What's Testimonial Tuesday? For those listening out there on the radio, that's how we post to social media. That's how we get the word out to people out there to say, hey, don't listen to us. Don't take it from us. Don't take it from Squeeze. Don't take it from the other DJs on 93.5 FM. Take it for those who have come before you that unfortunately got in a terrible situation, namely an accident, whether a car accident, a workplace accident, a construction accident, had many, many, many options as far as legal representation, but chose your boy, the case handler, chose PPID, chose my team. And the key word in this particular post is team, because many of you may or may not know this, but it's not just your boy, the case handler. It's also Matt Goodstein, my associate, my very close friend, who we work side by side, hand in hand with these cases, and have done some incredible things over the past, I guess, was it four now years. So let's go to a case that he actually settled a few months ago during the pandemic. A very, very special case, a very important case, and a case that yielded a huge, huge settlement. This was a Queens accident involving a semi truck, a tractor trailer. Can you imagine? You know, we always say you never expect to be in an accident. You never wake up in the morning and say, hey, I'm going to get hit by a truck. And can you imagine that moment where all of a sudden that's occurring, how scary that must be when a tractor trailer comes barreling down in your car, smashes into you. You don't know what's going on. You don't know what's happening. You call 911. I mean, look at the damage to the car of our client. I mean, it is crushed in. I always say, when I see pictures like this, I say, Winston, you know, when a client comes to me initially, I say, you got to have a guardian angel, man. You should be dead. Your family should be here signing the papers, not you. Thankfully, he was able to, but let's just talk about it. And look at that number, Squeeze. Look what Goodstein did a couple months ago on this case.
$602,500.
Those are big time numbers, baby. That's tax-free money. Tax-free money. Would you read that quote for me, Squeeze, please?
Absolutely. Attorney Matt Goodstein was great to work with, and he really did come through for me. God bless the case handler team for everything. Winston from White Plains, New York, $622,500 for this accident case. Unbelievable.
You know, this was an accident on the LIE. And listen, as a Jersey boy, I can tell you, I hate driving on the LIE. I think everybody that drives on the LIE is driving like an animal. Really. You know, motorcycles, sports cars, trucks. It's really crazy. And, you know, these terrible, terrible accidents happen because people are driving at very, very high speeds, you know, thinking that, they're invincible. And he was taken to Elmhurst Hospital, had a surgery to his knee, gave us a call, like I said, had a ton of options for legal representation, but chose PPID, chose the case handler, chose Matt Goodstein to represent him and his family. $622,000, a case we're certainly very, very proud of and appreciative that we were given the option to do, a wonderful job for him. So thank you so much for letting me share that story. And, a perfect example as to the amazing work we do here. Life-changing money for life-changing injuries. You got one chance to get it right. There are no redos. Winston couldn't reopen that case when the other attorney he may have gone with got him 150 grand. Can't do it. One chance, one choice. I'm your case handler, PPID. Thank you so much for letting me share that story, Squeeze.
There you go. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Adam Handler, the case handler. I sometimes call him the shark. Why? Because of how aggressive he will be for you with the other guys. All right. And that's definitely an accomplishment there with you and Matt Goodstein. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you reach out to the firm. I'm going to give out the number. And remember, personal injury. If you ever get hurt in an accident, you will need to call them right after you have sought medical treatment. All right. Make sure you call them at 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Store that number in your phone. Write it down somewhere. Put it in your glove compartment. Leave it on the refrigerator. Okay. Maybe I need to have Adam get those magnets. Okay. So this way it's always there. But just remember 844-PPID-LAW. You never know when you're going to get into an accident. Pass it on to your family members and friends. This is an excellent attorney. He has served this community for well over 15 solid years consistently. He also has been on this radio station consistently for 15 solid years, ladies and gentlemen. We all need good attorneys when situations happen. The law firm PPID is that firm with Adam Handler running the personal injury department. Ladies and gentlemen, he's ready. 844-774-3529. And don't forget immigration, same number, different department, 844-PPID-LAW. That's 844-774-3529. Let's go to the top and continue on the flip side. All right, let's get back to Conrad Pollack and Nelson Madrid and continue talking about what it is, ladies and gentlemen, that's going on out there when it comes to immigration. Now, a lot of people are asking about the ban, Conrad. A lot of people are asking about the ban, Nelson, and people wanting to know, is the ban going to end, considering the situation, or will the presidency have an impact on that? Just wanted to jump that off with you guys.
Well, look, my opinion, and I think it's more than an opinion, I think it's pretty much fact. This travel ban, really has nothing to do with COVID. It's an excuse. When Trump initiated the travel ban, he used the pandemic as an excuse to basically get what the administration had been trying to get since day one. If you look back to when Trump first became president after his inauguration, what's the first thing that he did? Muslim ban. First thing, remember, all right? And of course, back and forth in the courts and so on and so forth. Basically, when this pandemic hit, he saw it as an opportunity, or I should say his right-hand man, his immigration guru, Stephen Miller, saw it as an opportunity to get the travel bans that they've been hoping to get all along. So the short answer is, if he gets reelected, you can pretty much you bet your life that travel ban is going to be extended. Right now, the travel ban exists until December 31st of this year. And if Trump gets reelected, you can rest assured it will be extended long, probably for the rest of his term, regardless of the pandemic. If Biden gets elected, who knows what's going to happen? My guess is it's not going to be extended. In order for them to extend the travel ban, the administration has to take an active role and say, let's extend it. If they don't do that, they don't, again, take an active step to extend it, it expires. So my guess is that if Biden gets elected, he'll let it expire. Although it'll be interesting to see, if Biden wins, Trump is still president until January 20th, Inauguration Day. It'd be interesting to see. In fact, I would bet that he'd extend it anyway, beyond, on December 31st, even though he's got 3 weeks to go, he'll extend it anyway. It'll be interesting to see,
Well, all right. So let's jump into some questions here on immigration. I want to say thanks to Adam for doing the personal injury side of the show, Cruising with the Case Handler. Question. Okay, batter up. I got married to an American woman 2 years ago and recently moved to the USA. Unfortunately, we have not been getting along, and I'm thinking of going back to Jamaica because we're constantly fighting. I eventually left the house and stayed in a shelter because of the constant fights. Since that time, she reported me to immigration, saying that I only married her for a green card. And this is far from the truth. When we got married, I was not aware that she was struggling with mental issues. I am not sure what to do at this point. I don't want to be deported, but I also don't want to lose the opportunity to travel to the United States. Please advise.
It could, sounds like a potential VAWA case. VAWA is Violence Against Women Act, but it also applies to men. You'd have to demonstrate that obviously there's a qualifying spousal relationship, that you have suffered battery or extreme cruelty by your United States citizen or permanent resident spouse, that you entered into the marriage in good faith, that you resided with your spouse, and you are a person of good moral character. Just because you married someone and have a copy of a marriage certificate, it doesn't necessarily establish that you resided with your spouse or it was a bona fide marriage. You're going to need some additional evidence. But, this is a type of case we do. If you can gather some of that evidence to obviously demonstrate what I just described, give us a call, 844-774-3529.
All right. Here's another question. As you call 844-774-3529 for that free phone consultation to schedule an appointment with an attorney. Hi all. We applied for the K-1 visa back in March of 2020. We have received our N01, but still awaiting our N02. Now that we're more than 7 months out, should we be concerned we have not received our N02? Is there anything we can do to be proactive or speed up the process? I don't know what N01 and N02 is.
N01, N02, I don't know what that is. But generally, fiance petition, if they file a petition, I-129F basically could take up to a year to be adjudicated. So if that's what the question is, and it's been 7 months, it's not unusual at all. You don't see a fiance petition getting adjudicated or even responded to within 7 months. Never.
Okay. All right. Here's another one. I just recently found my brother who lives in the United States. I am 34 years old and he is 50. We have never met because my dad kept me hidden from him until I used social media to locate my father and found out that I have a brother. My brother sent me an invitation letter, which I took to the US Embassy. They never even asked me for it or turned me down for the visa. What I would like to know is, can siblings file for their siblings and how long would it take? Thank you in advance for your advice.
US citizen can apply for a sibling. It takes about 15 years.
15 years, all right.
That would be considered a fourth preference category.
Right.
Here's another one, final one here. My dad and mom hold US green cards. However, they have been out of the US since January 2019 due to dad's illness. Dad's illness resulted in major surgery, quadruple open heart surgery, in November of 2019. And he's currently recuperating and doing follow-up doctor's visits. He received a letter from the surgeon with the details verifying the surgery. Although the time spent away was unavoidable, dad is 80 and mom is 78. They are concerned about being interrogated by US immigration when they are given the okay to travel. All 5 children, grandchildren, 12, and 3 great-grandchildren resides in the States with their families. 4 of the 5 children are naturalized citizens. The other is a permanent resident and is going through the process of applying for US citizenship. How best should our parents prepare for re-entry into the States once the doctors give dad the okay to travel again?
Well, first off, if you're a permanent resident, the general rule is you live in the United States, you have to spend at least half of the time each year in the United States. So you need to spend 180 days a year in the US, at least. That's the general rule. You stay out for more than a year, you lose your green card. You can apply for permission before you do that. If you have a green card and you need to leave the country for more than a year, you can apply for what's known as a reentry permit. But you have to do that before you leave while you're still here. These people obviously didn't do that. It's been almost 2 years since they've been out of the United States. I don't know if they've made any efforts to come back. I don't know if they've tried to go to the consulate, whatever, but I'm assuming they haven't. My guess is they've lost their green cards. And if they come back to the United States with those green cards, there's a very good chance they're going to get stopped at the airport and sent home. And the old green cards will be lifted. What I would recommend is if they have a U.S. citizen, it sounds like there are several U.S. citizen children, sponsor them again. Apply for them to get green cards again. Take about a year, but a year is better than never. That's what I would recommend, unless there are more facts here that they haven't informed us of.
And Conrad, I mean, is this something that you could help them with? One is 80, one is 78, you know?
Of course. The age is not relevant, although it would be with this public charge rule that now just got shot down yesterday. That would be a potentially serious issue. But I would say to them, definitely file the case. Also, they are subject to the travel ban. Parents of citizens are subject to the travel ban. Again, another reason to vote for Biden. These kids are citizens. I sure hope they vote for Biden because they want to see their parents again anytime soon. They're going to need him to be president because they're going to need to apply for the green cards. And if there's a travel ban, they're not coming if Trump is president. So here's a perfect example of the stark difference in the positions of the two candidates. You know, these people may not see their parents again. They're elderly. I don't know what their health is. Doesn't sound like Dad's doing too well. But if Trump gets reelected, they may not see their parents in the United States again.
Gotcha. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Cruising with the Case Handler, a show on personal injury and immigration. You heard Conrad, Pollack, and Nelson Madrid answering those questions, respectively, the Maestro and the Maverick, as we nickname them. And reach out to the firm, PPID, okay? Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico, and call the number 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. We're going to conclude the show now. Adam, remind them why the case handler right now.
Remind them why what?
Why the case handler?
Why the case handler? Well, because we do things very differently than other firms out there. You know, we pride ourselves on the family approach. We pride ourselves on excellence. We pride ourselves on working as a team to make sure that you, as the client and your family, get the best possible result. You know, we obviously have a business to run, but it's not always about the bottom line. It's about helping you and helping adjust to your status here in the United States, or getting you all the money we can if you, God forbid, you're in a car accident. We do things very differently, but the only way you're going to find out about that and find out how we do, as they say, is by having that number saved. You know, Squeeze is down with PPID. We're all down with PPID. The question, ladies and gentlemen watching on Facebook right now, are you down with PPID? Let us know. Give us a call, 844-774-3529, 844-774-3529, or 844-PPID LAW, 844-PPID law.
Absolutely. And I will speak to my team over there, the tech team putting these graphics together, see if we can create a congratulations for Biden Harris for tomorrow. And hopefully we can get in there and test it maybe later on this evening, Adam. Maybe you and I can test it. All right. I don't know what's going on. I've flipped this back.
Conrad, what are you drinking tonight?
Hey, I mean, come on, we're gonna be celebrating with Don P. Don P or Don Julio, one or the other.
I don't know if it's a champagne.
I was thinking this year. I think if Biden wins, God, what did I say? If Biden wins, I'm going to pull out that age bottle, that Atherton Estate rum. That's what I think I'm going to be drinking.
You're going to open that up, right?
Yeah.
I'm coming to your house, man.
Hey, I have an Appleton.
You want to tell these guys what I'm talking about?
Huh?
Tell these guys what we're talking about with that Atherton Estate rum.
Oh, that Appleton Estate. Trust me, Adam.
No, are you saying? Hold on. Are you saying Appleton? Are you saying Appleton or Atherton?
Appleton.
Oh, I thought you said I got an Appleton 21.
Oh,
okay.
Cool. Good.
He saw screens.
Look at what Nelson showed. Nelson's like, yeah, you got I'll stick to my red stripe.
And
he's got his Jamaican ginger beer. Whoa. Anyway, Let's go.
But I got the Appleton set aside. I might crack some champagne as well. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, champagne is for celebration, so that's the reason why I'm going to be doing
Yeah.
that.
I've got a special bottle of champagne that I've been sitting on. This might be the reason, the occasion to drink it. Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys, and we all got to go to Jamaica and do a show from Jamaica. You know, one of these days.
Just let me know when.
All right.
Well, if Biden wins, and maybe we go to celebrate the elimination of the expiration of the travel ban, right?
There you go. There you go. Thank you, gentlemen, for being here and doing this each and every single weekday at 9:30 a.m. Cruising with a Case Handler, show on personal injury and immigration. Just a reminder, please, everyone watching us on Facebook, please share this with as many people as possible, this show, and tell them to tune in, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very important. Thank you all so much, and have yourself an amazing day. And remember to go out and vote. It is extremely, extremely important. So this way we can say bye, B-Y-E-D-O-N. I'm out of here, and we'll talk soon. Let's see what happens tomorrow.